Hi everybody, good afternoon. Just getting dinner ready for supper tonight. It's leg of lamb. Now I haven't done a leg of lamb before, but I found a fantastic recipe online which it makes it a very garlicky sauce. We're actually going to leave this in the oven and let it cook for probably about 4 to 5 hours, so it's just fall off the bone tender. I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. We'll put it in the oven. I'll add potatoes and later, and then we'll let it go. So here, let's take a look and see what we've got. So the first thing is we have about, supposed to do about 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of dried mint. I don't have any dried mint, so I went and purchased some leaves. So we'll just get rid of some of these stems. We don't want them. We just want the dried leaves. But when you're looking at dried to fresh ratio, it's about 3 to 1. So if I want 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons, then I'm going to need 6. So I'm just going to chop this up a little bit because we're going to throw this all in the blender. And wait till you see how much garlic there is. It's going to be very garlicky. This is all down, so we want our 6 tablespoons of fresh mint, or 2 tablespoons of dried mint if you have that. We're going to do about a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and that's about all that I have in that can. 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of paprika. Just put some in there. There we go. And we're going to do some lemon. So the lemon itself is, when you're looking at fresh lemons to juice, there's about 2 to 3 tablespoons in a fresh lemon. So we want two fresh lemons. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and 3. That'll give it a good little bit. Now look at all the garlic we're putting in. I've peeled all this, so we're just going to plop it in. You can use about 15 cloves of garlic. And I've kept some aside as well. So I've kept 2 out. I'm just going to chop these. Not chop them, I'm going to slice them into big chunks, so they're a good size. And then we're actually going to put it in the lamb. We're going to do some slices in the lamb and add the garlic and add the sauce on top, or what we're going to make here. Alright, so we've got everything in there, I think. And we're going to chop it up. Let me just put some of this down. Oh, you can smell that mint. It's fantastic. There we go. That's perfect. I'll show you how it looks. And this is what you're aiming for. You want it to have it a bit chunky, but still smooth enough that everything is melded together. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get the leg of lamb, and I'll show you here what I've got. So this is about a 5-pound leg. We're going to take it out of the package, do some slices, and then we're going to cover it with the seasoning, and then we'll put it in the oven on low. To give you an idea, it's about 40 to 45 minutes if you are going to have fall off the bone per pound. If you want it pinkish inside, it's about 30 to 35 minutes per pound. So we're actually going to put this in at 40 to 45 minutes per pound. We do want it to fall off the bones, so it's going to take about 5 hours. And we'll just, we'll go from there, and I'll be right back. Let me just show you what I've got. So we're going to take the lamb and we're going to do some slices in it. Just all along it. And then what I've got is I've got the chunks of garlic, and I'm just going to slide them in here. Get a little bit deeper. They're pretty big chunky garlic. So we're going to stuff this in. We're going to do it on both sides. I already pre-sliced this side. Okay, so we've got that. I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to help the spices stick. What you want to do is give it a good rub. And then we're going to take about half and put on half each side. So you can see why this is going to be a very garlicky recipe. Lots of garlic. This is a Mediterranean style leg of lamb. Okay. There we go. Oh, I can really smell the mint. Very strong. Let me get the roasting pan. So I'm just going to turn the oven on now, 325, and we're going to let this sit in the roasting pan until the oven's hot. And then once it's preheated, then I'll just put it into the oven. I'm going to tent it with some tin foil, and then we'll let it cook. And that for probably about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Then I'm going to add potatoes. I'm going to toss the potatoes in garlic powder and paprika and put them around. And then I'll put it back in the oven and I'll let it cook for the remainder of the 2 to 3 hours. And we'll go from there. Thanks. So there we go. We've got it all tented now. And we're just waiting for the oven to heat up. One thing you want to do before you start your lamb is actually take it out of the fridge at least an hour before you're ready to cook it. It lets the meat rise up to temperature, room temperature, and then it doesn't take as long to heat inside, and it makes for a much more juicier piece of meat as well. So we'll put this in the oven when the temperature's ready. And then, hey everybody, I've got the lamb out of the oven. It's been 3.5 hours now. I'm just gonna take a look at it. Oh my gosh, that looks fantastic. It still does have a couple hours to go, but I'm going to add the potatoes now and then let that sit in there, and then that juice will be fabulous because we're going to add some potatoes and onions, paprika, and other stuff. So we've got I've already cut up some potatoes. We're just going to add some paprika. Some garlic powder. There's not enough garlic in that in itself, right? Garlic powder, and we're also going to give it a little bit of olive oil. Just a little bit of a shot. Okay. Just mix that all up. Oops, I need some salt too. Always have to have salt in your potatoes. excellent. Let's just go back over here and take a look at the potatoes and see what I'm going to do here. So we've got the roast, and look at that crust. Nice. We're still going to keep it covered. Spread them out a little bit. I'm still going to keep all of this covered though and put it back in the oven. So we still have a couple hours to go. Once it should be done, I'd say around 5:30. We'll take it out of the oven because we want it to sit for about 15-20 minutes. All right, folks, here we go. Let's take it out of the oven. Took the foil off so it would brown up. Let's just do a temperature check. So it's definitely cooked. Let's see if it's fall off the bone. Oh, I don't think my thermometer is working once it hits that point. Yep, perfect. That will be excellent. So let's take a look. So we're just going to let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to tear it apart. This should be quite good. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Look at that. That's nice. Potatoes. Nice and crunchy, some of them. Onions. There we go. Excellent. Potatoes are soft. Good. Oh, and the lamb is really, really good. It's actually not very garlicky, or not overly garlicky. Once I get it cut up, though, we'll start into the crust that's formed here, and add that in as we pull the meat apart, and then we'll go from there. And I'll post a picture at the end of the video as to how it turned out on the once we get it on the dinner plate. I'm having peas as well for dinner, and then you could also have a salad if you want, or rice pilaf is also a good suggestion, and then we can go from there. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and